This is Luke Dixon with Civil Tracker. Just going to give you a real brief demo of what's in the box for the GCP as a service kit, how to put it together, how to turn it on and use it, turn it off, take your records, your field notes, and send it all back to us. So we'll start out with what's in the box. So in the box there'll be two stands. This is what it comes unassembled. I'll show you how to assemble it. There'll be two of those. There'll be a few forms, a few copies of the field note page. On the front, there's spots to fill in information about the project, your name, your number, your contact info. And then on the back, there's a spot to do a sketch of your site, to sketch in a location of each of the ground control points. Then also, there'll be two identical GPS receivers, survey grid receivers. The only difference between the two is one will be marked base and the other will be marked Rover. So I'm going to go ahead and put it all together and after that show you how to turn it on, turn it off. So the first step is to take the base, which has, each base has three little screws to keep the four legs at right angles. Now that I have the base together, I'm going to show you how to attach the receiver onto it. The thread on the top of the base matches the female thread on the bottom of the receiver. I usually just like to hold the receiver, put it on like that, give it a twist or two, and then just give it a nice spin. And that will be nice and snug. And here's the Rover unit, which I've already put together. Okay, so we have our two receivers together. The first receiver that you're going to set up is going to be it's going to be the base unit, and you're going to set it up likely on one of your ground control points. And this receiver needs to be turned on for a minimum of 4 hours. And that's to allow enough data to be acquired to position that receiver within 2 inches or 5 centimeters in absolute position using a technique called precise point positioning. So I'm going to take the base receiver and I'm going to hold the power button down for about 3 seconds until the lights start to flash and it's starting to boot up. It'll take about a minute to a minute and a half to turn on, and while it's turning on, I'm going to carefully align the 4 feet of the unit on the crosshairs of the ground control point to center the unit and get accurate results. I'm also going to take my note paper and I'm going to write down the point ID, I'll probably call it 0, the description, GCP or base, and the time that I turned it on. Now we'll go to our first Rover location. So I'm going to move our base point over there and put out our Rover ground control point, the exact same ground control point. And it's the exact same process. You're going to hold the power button, wait till the lights flash, and it's turning on. And at that point I'm going to set my timer, and from the time I turn it on, I have to wait 7 minutes or more, and then I can turn it off. And then repeat that process for each ground control point. So once it's off, I'll go to the second ground control point or third ground control point, turn it on, place it on the ground control point, wait 7 minutes, and then turn it off and move on. It's also a good time while you're doing that to start your sketch, waiting those 7 minutes, and to write the point number, the description, and the location on for each of your ground control points. This helps us when we process to know which points are which, where they are, and so on and so forth. It also helps us if you accidentally turn on the ground control point, turn on receiver when you're not collecting a ground control point, make a note of that as well. Just write it down, don't give it a point number, say accidentally turned it on at 9:15 a.m. And that way we know not to process and give you a coordinate for a point that isn't real, isn't a ground control point. Once you're done collecting, and if you've completed all your Rover units and they're all done, if it's taken 4 hours to go through all of them, then great. It likely won't take you 4 hours. You'll likely be done in an hour or so. But regardless of when you finish your rovers, you need to wait for your base point for at least 4 hours, as I mentioned earlier, before turning it off. And once you're ready to turn it off, it's the same process as turning it on. Just press the power button, hold until the lights go off, and you're all done. So that's all it takes to collect the data. It's just that simple. One button, turn it on, turn it off, make sure the receivers are centered. After you're all done, you can just take them off, put them back in the cases, put it back in the box, ship it back to us at Civil Tracker, and within 48 hours of getting those receivers back, we'll process your ground control points and give you precise, accurate locations for your ground control points, and you'll be able to do progress monitoring, precise survey with your UAV. Thanks for watching. Good luck out there, and look forward to seeing your data.